For decades, Teotihuacan has been known as the City of the Gods, a vast and awe-inspiring masterpiece of ancient engineering dominated by massive pyramids and grand avenues. Archaeologists believe that after generations of excavation, its temples, murals, and buried offerings had already surrendered their greatest secrets. Yet recent discoveries have shattered that assumption. Deep beneath the stone avenues and ceremonial complexes, researchers uncovered something wholly unexpected. A hidden underground complex sealed since the city's final days, containing discoveries far more disturbing than anyone had imagined. What was once thought to be a fully understood sacred city now appears to conceal a darker, more unsettling purpose locked beneath its foundations. The discovery unfolded during a carefully planned archaeological expedition at Teotihuacan. Initial excavations revealed familiar signs of ritual activity, reinforcing long-held beliefs about ceremonial offerings and symbolic devotion. But as the team pushed deeper into a sealed tunnel beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, the atmosphere changed dramatically. What they encountered sent shockwaves through the field of Mesoamerican archaeology. Instead of pottery figurines or decorative offerings, the researchers discovered channels and pools of liquid mercury flowing through the tunnel floor. The silvery substance shimmered under artificial light, forming what appeared to be an underground river that had remained intact for nearly 2,000 years. The presence of mercury immediately raised alarming questions. Why would an ancient civilization transport and deposit such a lethal substance deep within one of its most sacred spaces? Some archaeologists argued that the mercury was symbolic, representing rivers or lakes of the underworld. In Mesoamerican belief systems, the journey after death often involved passage through dangerous or liminal landscapes. The reflective mercury may have been intended to guide souls through the realm of the dead, serving as a boundary between the living world and the spiritual one. Others, however, found this explanation insufficient. Mercury is difficult to extract and dangerous to handle, requiring deliberate mining and specialized knowledge. Its presence in large quantities suggested intent beyond symbolism. More speculative theories emerged, proposing that mercury may have been used as a form of ritual technology, or tied to ancient concepts of transformation similar to alchemy. A few even suggested electrical or energetic functions, though no evidence supports such claims. The most chilling interpretation proposed that the mercury served as a deterrent, a toxic barrier designed to poison or repel anyone who dared to enter the chamber. If that was the case, then the mercury was not an offering to the gods, but a weapon aimed at intruders from the future. Beyond the mercury, the excavation grew increasingly disturbing. Passing what felt like a deliberate boundary, the team encountered a final sealed passage, blocked with stone and clay and jammed shut with unmistakable intention. When the barrier was finally cleared, archaeologists stepped into chambers untouched for nearly 2 millennia. Inside, they found rows of human skeletons, arranged in unnatural positions. Many had their arms pulled behind their backs, as if bound. Others lay face down, limbs positioned in ways that suggested restraint rather than reverence. Cut marks along vertebrae and separated skulls told a grim story. These were not peaceful burials. Some individuals had clearly been sacrificed, while others appeared placed as part of a deliberate and chilling design. The objects found among the remains only deepened the sense of unease. Small human-shaped figurines bore distorted features, oversized eyes, fang-like teeth, and crested or feathered heads reminiscent of serpent imagery. These figures did not appear divine or protective. They felt predatory and threatening. Along the chamber walls stood sealed jars containing residues that have yet to be fully identified. Preliminary analyses suggested substances that were neither food nor typical offerings. Dark grains found in some containers led to speculation about poisons or binding mixtures used in ritual practices, though definitive conclusions remain elusive. Fragments of painted plaster clung to the walls, depicting figures that appeared only partially human, adorned with feathered collars and scaled textures around their throats and jaws. Their slit-like eyes and scenes of pursuit, restraint, and domination suggested narratives far removed from peaceful myth or spiritual guidance. As researchers documented these findings, a growing number began to question whether the chambers were ever meant to be tombs at all. The careful arrangement of bodies, jars, and imagery pointed toward containment rather than commemoration. Some archaeologists privately describe the complex as a prison rather than a burial site, suggesting the dead themselves functioned as seals, the offerings as locks, and the collapsed passages as final barriers. Evidence of deliberate destruction beyond the chamber reinforced this theory. Collapsed shafts appeared engineered rather than natural, indicating that once the ritual was complete, the builders intentionally sealed the space forever. If so, the final act performed within the tunnel was not celebration or remembrance, but containment. Understanding this discovery requires understanding Teotihuacan itself. Located roughly 40 kilometers northeast of modern Mexico City, Teotihuacan was not an Aztec city, but a civilization that flourished centuries earlier. At its height between roughly 01 CE and 500 CE, it was the largest city in the Americas and one of the largest in the world. Its population may have exceeded 100,000 people, and its influence stretched across Mesoamerica. The city was meticulously planned with wide avenues, massive apartment compounds, vibrant murals, and sophisticated trade networks centered on obsidian production. Yet, despite its scale and power, Teotihuacan left no written records. No rulers are named, no founding myths recorded, and even its original name remains unknown. Despite those losses, modern archaeology has revealed that Teotihuacan's most important secrets were never meant to be found above ground. The discovery of the sealed tunnel beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent in 2003 marked a turning point. Heavy rains exposed a sinkhole that led to the hidden passage, prompting the use of ground-penetrating radar and robotic probes. Under the leadership of archaeologist Sergio Gomez, the tunnel was excavated with extreme care. Soil analysis confirmed it had been deliberately sealed during the city's peak, not after its collapse. The builders intended the tunnel to vanish from memory entirely. As excavation progressed, thousands of offerings were uncovered, including jaguar bones, obsidian blades, jade figurines, and seashells transported from distant coasts. Everything was placed with precision, reinforcing the idea that this was not a random deposit but a carefully orchestrated ritual space. Gomez later described the experience as unsettling, as though the ancient builders were sending a message across centuries, warning intruders not to proceed. The deeper the team went, the clearer it became that the tunnel represented something final, deliberate, and deeply symbolic. The tomb beneath Teotihuacan challenges everything we thought we knew about the city. It suggests that beneath its monumental beauty lay a worldview shaped not only by devotion and cosmic order, but also by fear, control, and containment. Whether the sealed chambers are meant to imprison a belief, neutralize a power, or safeguard knowledge deemed too dangerous to endure, the message remains unmistakable. This was not meant to be opened. And now that it has been, Teotihuacan no longer stands only as the city of the gods, but as a reminder that even the most revered ancient civilizations may have harbored secrets they never intended the future to uncover.